Ladies and gentlemen, Heather doesn't want to be here.
We're just going to get that out of the way right now.
Keep telling me
Pull
to
that
leave.
Band-Aid. No, we don't.
No,
hey, you keep telling yourself to leave and then put it on us.
No.
Don't invent fantasies in your mind that you can't have evidence of.
Oh, she's talking about the comment
chat,
section keeps telling her to leave.
Popcorn?
No, I'm not.
Fantastic.
I told them that story.
It's so
Have you
good.
heard that story, Micah?
There are a lot of stories I
The
haven't heard.
popcorn story. Have
That
you heard
sounds kind of familiar.
Okay, me and Zach were
I'm going to go get a Dr. Pepper while this is going on.
Me and
Grab
Zach
me one if
went.
you don't mind.
Me and Zach went to the movies, and when we got our tickets and everything, we got our popcorn, we got our drinks, everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
We go into the theater, and all of a sudden the manager comes in and says, "We're sorry, everybody, but the bulb up in the projector has broken. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to refund your tickets, and we're actually going to count all of your concessions that you bought. We're so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if you'll we're sorry, but we're gonna have to ask you to leave the theater." So we're kind of upset because it was a movie that we both really wanted to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, we're out in the parking lot, and I was driving my Silver Mercury Cougar at the time. I opened my door, and I hit this guy's tire on accident. Like I lose grip on the door because it was raining and everything.
No.
And I hit this guy's tire, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit! Thank God it was just a tire. All of a sudden, guy gets out of his vehicle, comes around, starts cussing at me, saying that I hit his car, I damaged his car, and all this and all that. And I'm like, man, I hit your tire, and I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. And
I don't think that would do any damage.
No. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, no, you hit my car, man. I felt it. You hit my car. You had to hit my car. And I'm like, where do you see a mark at, man? I hit your tire. There's the mark right there. He's like, no. What's this right here? What's this right here on my wheel well?
Dude, he
Was that
literally
you?
spent like 15 to 20 seconds looking for a mark.
Yeah.
Well, it was ridiculous.
And I was just like, yeah, and I was just like, dude, I don't want to get in. And he's just like, you better watch yourself, motherfucker. And he gets into his truck and he peels off. And I'm just like sitting there, and I'm just like, when those moments happen, I try to be as calm and rational as possible, but then I start thinking, my caveman DNA starts coming out in me, and I'm just like, I should have elbowed
Fire brings pain.
No, Mo, because here's the thing. This guy was not tall, and he was not built very well. I mean, honestly, he was about as skinny as you, and about as tall as Heather.
He was just a redneck asshole.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
She didn't steal my car. I thought she might have.
Well, anyway, what I did was I was just sitting there, and I was just like, my caveman DNA comes out, and I'm just like, I should have elbowed that little bastard in the nose. I should have fucked him up. And Zach was over in the passenger side seat, and he could tell I was angry and everything. And then he was just like, "You all right, man?" And I'm just like, and I just vented. I was just like, man, I can't believe he would say that, man. I mean, honestly, I didn't do anything to his car. I mean, honestly, it was bullshit. I mean, I hit his tire. I showed him where I hit him on his tire, and I said I was sorry. But all of a sudden, he just points a place on his wheel well, and he puts that on me. So what kind of nonsense is that? Just because he's irresponsible and doesn't know how to take care of his fucking car? And then pretty soon, Zach's just like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Popcorn? At that moment, I was just like, I cracked a smile, and immediately
It's a perfect way to diffuse the whole thing.
all my rage just like turned over into just pure euphoric enjoyment. And I was just like, oh my God.
Because what do you do?
Exactly.
How do you respond to that?
Exactly. So anyway, popcorn story aside, a movie I am glad I didn't see in theaters was The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise.
Well, now it's time for another story, because someone has to explain to me about the Tom Cruise tooth.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Zach, this one's your baby.
Well, so I used to like the Jack Reacher movies. I was a big fan of those. Well, I was watching it with my buddy, and that's a perfect one.
Which one?
Down. Over this way. Over there.
This one?
No, that one and the one beside of it, because the line shows it.
Oh,
perfect.
yeah.
My buddy was like, dude, how can you stand watching Tom Cruise movies? I said, man, it's all right. And I thought he was going to start talking about the whole Scientology bullcrap. I was like, dude, I don't care what he believes. I was like, I just like the movie. He was like, no, have you not seen his tooth? I said, what are you talking about?
So is that legit an extra tooth, or they just shifted over?
It's shifted.
His whole upper gum.
Yeah.
Tom
his teeth
Cruise
shifted.
has a single tooth in the middle of his face.
Here's a line down straight his nose.
Yeah,
Look.
but it just looks like it's shifted.
Yeah, that's
It
what
is.
it is. It's shifted over.
So he has the right number of teeth.
Yeah,
Yes,
he has the
it's
right
just-
number of teeth. It's just his gums were misaligned.
He has a tooth in the middle of his face. And now every Tom Cruise movie I see, I just stare at the tooth.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
you're not
you get
alone.
on camera
it's
and
so
say
bad.
You're not alone, because this was him before he had his teeth fixed.
Ugh.
Yeah,
And at least they're in the right place.
That's
Yeah.
true.
and
And
then
then
well,
that.
no,
that's not
then
it.
that.
That
Look at that.
right there,
I mean-
straight down the middle.
That
And
is.
I never paid attention until he showed it to me. And it's one of those things like once you see it, you cannot unsee it.
It's true. It's
Everything
a lot,
you
it's a lot
see
like
him
those
in.
Michael Bisping knocked out pictures. You know, with him like inserted into like the Beatles. He was like, instead of George Harrison, it was him making that stupid face.
Yeah. And it's
I can't unsee that. in my
every
head.
movie I see Tom Cruise in now, I'm just like, there's the tooth.
One Tom Cruise movie that I did like that actually didn't get a lot of notoriety, Edge of Tomorrow.
And just to clarify,
Edge of
I,
Tomorrow
cool.
was really good.
I did not like the Jack Reacher 2 movie. I liked the first one.
Oh,
The
second
first
one-
was
second
cool.
one-
The second one wasn't that good.
Yeah, the
second
second one
was
was
just
not
like,
good.
what?
I mean,
They were reaching.
kind of feel bad for the
Overreaching?
poor
Did you see
guy.
where
I mean,
I went there?
I-
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I just made a bin joke.
It wasn't hard to miss there, Zach. At least some of mine are subtle.
I can't believe
Yeah,
you're not
well,
letting me play
subtlety.
GSM right now.
We're
Not
not,
our
we're
strong
not
suit.
all pros.
No. But what we've got here is we have the
gonna tell you
Tom
out loud.
Cruise Mummy movie, which was supposed to be the launching point for the dark universe that Universal was trying to launch. First, they said, okay, the Dracula movie that's coming out, that's going to be the starting point. It bombed. They're like, no, that one doesn't count. This Mummy movie is going to be the launching point.
Can I just say something?
I like that movie. There were dumb parts in it, but I
Yeah.
kind of liked it overall.
I'm
What, the
kind of curious.
Dracula Untold?
one? Yeah.
And this is just like a theory of mine. I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to kind of do like a Marvel Universe kind of thing with this. Let me tell you why.
I want to know.
That's
The
what they were
League-
wanting to do.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Well, the LXG,
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I
I
want
want
monster
that too.
connected monster movies and
I
stuff.
want
Yeah.
that too. I want
That
the monsters versus the LXG. I want that.
Yeah.
And you could actually root for either side. That
Yeah.
would work so
Right.
well. I mean, you'd have Alan Quartermain, you'd have Dr. Jekyll and Mr.
Yes.
Hyde. Actually, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde could switch sides a few times.
I'll
He could
never
switch
see them
sides.
again.
And also, you have Mina, who's actually trying to kill the man who killed her husband, trying to kill Dracula. And then you have the Invisible Man. You have all of these great characters that you could have in LXG fighting the monsters. Like fighting the Wolfman. Like the Wolfman's on a rampage, and he's given into his primal side, and he's just killing people.
Yeah, I would super like something like that, but I don't know if they can ever.
And then you know
Pull it
what
off.
else you could tie into here. I know that this left a bad taste in my mouth when I watched it. The Van Helsing movie that had Hugh Jackman. You could
I
actually-
freaking love that movie.
Some
Yeah.
sort
Yeah.
of huge
No,
yeah.
Jackman.
Yeah, huge Jack man.
I want to live in that world.
I know you do because you'd have Kate Beckinsale there
Everyone
to
here
fight
hates
monsters
me.
with.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I know,
actually,
yeah.
not really.
Oh yeah, she kind of died.
I am unloved.
Spoilers.
You're acting like a child.
Spoilers.
I am a child.
What the hell is this?
And you have a child, and that scares me.
She's real mad that I won't tell her the password to the streaming office.
No.
Computer.
I want to play Ghost Sim.
You can do that on a stream day.
I'll go stream now.
No. All right,
You
so
realize if I tell you the password, Nate's gonna change the password, not tell me.
yes, exactly. I have a circle of trust with Ben. Tell you what, one day I will give you your own profile on there so you can do that.
I'll probably do that.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what
You'll
you're
probably
talking
do
about.
that.
I've heard of Goat Simulator. It
That's
sounds
my
like
computer, dude. I'll do
it sounds
it.
interesting.
The office computer, and I've been doing a bunch of tech support on it.
We just.
That doesn't mean you do everything on it.
No.
Oh my god.
Did you build it?
Let's do the video.
Let's
Okay.
just do the video because.
All right.
I gotta.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
dude,
honestly,
so-
I'm not completely useless.
Is part of you missing?
Oh, I have
Anyway,
words.
let's do the video.
I have words.
Unloved.
Many of them involve 4 letters.
That was more entertaining than this trailer. Oh wait, what are we doing?
It's
Oh, nostalgia. Duh.
A
I knew
true
that.
outcast.
Where's your mummy?
Oh.
What the hell?
I got so excited.
You know what excites me, Heather?
Hello, I'm the
Never mind. I'm not gonna
Making
say
me
it
sad?
because
You don't have to.
Never mind.
And
No.
do I really have to?
We
Yes.
have to.
This is The Mummy with Tom Cruise.
That's how I feel right now.
I think that's how everybody left the theater after seeing this movie.
You mean left
was
the theater
supposed to
while
be
the movie
big
was still
start
going?
to
Fair.
What else? A cinematic universe. One Universal wanted to create with its classic monster movies. Because everything has to be a goddamn universe now. Christ, I'm surprised the Teletubbies don't have a cinematic universe.
Don't
Don't-
give them ideas.
Oh shit! Damn it!
Don't give them ideas.
Film bombed,
Too late.
throwing their future dark universe films into question. I really wanted to talk about this movie because, in some respect, this comes full circle.
What?
Okay, it's a very shittily drawn circle, but it's still a circle.
Did you
More
just
of
make up the word shittily?
My point is, Universal
does that.
invented the shared universe concept in the 40s. Crossovers, verses, team-ups, all these were originally done with the classic Universal monsters.
Yeah.
Marvel and everybody else is technically copying what they started. Somewhere down the line, that fad faded, but as films like Freddy vs. Jason, Civil War, and Batman vs. Superman became popular, suddenly Universal wanted to jump back on board. So now, ironically, Universal is copying Marvel and all these other films, forgetting that Universal was the one that came up with this idea to begin with.
And that's all this movie is, a copy. A copy of every overused cliche in current cinematic universes, trying to set up the next 5 movies rather than focusing on making one good one.
I actually wanted to see this movie succeed because I want the Universal monsters to continue in some
He's
way.
so calm and
They're
it's
not as popular
disconcerting.
nowadays as they should be, so it's important to bring
Just
them
wait,
back
I
in
guarantee you the very
public
moment they start
minds.
actually
It's
talking
like
about the
Batman
movie.
or James
Oh, yeah.
Bond. We all have our favorite actors who played the roles, but we still accept different versions, and the best ones can create new timeless interpretations.
Does this film do that?
I think you know the
I
answer.
know the answer. Let's dive into the Dark Universe's Mummy.
Look at this. They're already declaring it the Dark Universe. Ooh, we're so excited. There's going to be more of something that we don't even know if we like yet.
Followed by a quote because they just wanted a quote.
Yeah, they always do that to make films seem more important. Hey, how about this for a more fitting quote?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Truth in advertisement.
truth and advertising.
It opens
Good,
with
good.
a rarity.
Medieval Knights.
Oh god, it's Transformers 5. Kill it with underperforming ticket sales.
Ooh, that's what's on those islands.
Wait, now we're in present day England? Does this film even know what film it is?
Well, we gotta show Russell Crowe is in this
No.
movie. Just to cut immediately away from him.
Oh, now we're in Egypt? Thank God, I almost forgot this was a mummy movie.
The story hasn't even been set up yet, and there's already 2 scenes you can cut. Did someone paste over a draft of the script without erasing part of the other draft?
Princess Amenet. Beautiful, cunning, and ruthless.
The mummy this time is not Imhotep, but rather Princess Amenet, which is a welcome change. Before, all we had was the Bride of Frankenstein and maybe Dracula's daughter. It was kind of a sausage fest, you know? In most incarnations of the story, there's usually a
And they got a
mummy
great actress to
princess.
play it,
This is just
Sophia
putting the
Boutella.
mummy princess in the spotlight, making her the main monster. She has her own unique style and would look cool in a lineup of other monsters. So this is not a bad starting point.
The problem is, everything else about her makes no goddamn sense. In this one, it's not a forbidden love that forces her to give up her soul. It's because a baby brother is born, stopping her from becoming queen. So she uses the same spark effect you literally just saw to, quote, get revenge. Yeah, that's how they put it.
Vowing revenge, she made a choice to embrace.
Revenge on what?
Revenge for what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Revenge against the baby for literally being born? But okay, she kills the kid and the mother and the pharaoh. What happens next?
She vowed to bring Set, the god of death, into our world in the body of a mortal man. Together, they would take their vengeance upon humanity.
Where did that come from?
I have no idea what this chick is about.
First she wants to be queen, then kill her brother, then bunk a demon, then kill the demon to release the demon to take over the world?
That's like saying after Bruce Wayne's parents died, he wanted to become Batman, open a flower shop, become a disco dancer, and create 3 new ice creams. One motivation is enough.
After becoming the Enchantress, she stopped before she can unleash her devil boyfriend, or however that's supposed to work, and she's mummified.
Her body carried far from Egypt.
Yeah, no shit, they are. It's friggin' Iraq. They make it look like a small stroll, but Iraq's a little bit of a skip. But not far
And
enough
across
to
the
keep it
empty
devastation
quarter,
if Tom
for
Cruise
God's
is away.
sake.
Yeah.
He plays Sergeant Rick Morton, who's supposed to be doing advanced recon.
We are not looters. We are liberators of precious antiquities.
Now, usually I'd say, who cares? Just get to the mummy already. But you know what? He's representing America's troops. So I do care. I want to see how they're represented here.
Command thinks we're doing advanced recon 100 miles from here. Haran is what's down there. Treasure. The command will know where we are. And we'll do 20 years in Leavenworth for looting.
Piss on your corpses, you disrespectful shitbags!
I don't get it. Why can't it just be archaeologists, like all the other films?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Or
The
lovable
ethical question is
lovable
how much do you
scoundrel
uncover for
anti-heroes,
science
mercs.
and
Why
or
not that?
greed
Right.
Fits perfectly with
Nathan
that
Drake.
scenario.
But here,
Yeah.
disobeying orders, risking prison, and
Like-
all just to sell artifacts on the black market seems hugely disrespectful when it's a sergeant in the army. Look, I know not every soldier is a saint, but this is the main character, and I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say they don't write him superhuman or complex.
Are you kidding me? He's one of the deepest characters in cinema. Just listen to this incredible banter when he's breaking into enemy lines to find treasure.
Slip out! This is not what we always do! I hate you so much! Just let me think! Think about what? What are you thinking? I'm thinking we're probably gonna die here. I knew it!
Hey, they almost got every generic saying. How about they don't make them like they used to?
Win some, you lose some.
I didn't sign up for this.
Here we go again.
Lubba-lubba-dub-dub! Too many layers to count.
Oh, God.
At least we get a colonel
Really?
who's trying to offset Cruise's awful character.
Too bad he's
Courtney
more
B.
like an
Vance.
angry commissioner stereotype.
2 assholes from Long Range.
Oh, a waste of Courtney B. Vance here, man. Come on.
We have no
Yeah.
idea. Down
You're getting in the hole with him.
there. Him?
Oh, and he's also a dumbass.
I'll be right here holding the rope, Sarge.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
He's the
He just
donkey.
gave a long speech about why they're untrustworthy, and now he's sending only them with this archaeologist who Cruz literally just admitted he slept with?
I had him in my hotel room 3 nights ago in Baghdad.
So, just to clarify, the mummy says the army is full of horny idiots and thieves.
And you know it's a credible source because the guy who wrote Transformers 2 is saying it.
You're the devil's taint, movie.
They roam around the tomb after partaking in some amazing chemistry. Fantastic. And they find the
Wow.
sarcophagus submerged in mercury.
There's mercury dripping from the ceiling.
Well, that's different.
The ancient Egyptians believed
It looks cool.
Well, now we know better.
What ethical sense does it make?
Yeah, after it makes you crazy.
Kind of like what not reading a script before you sign on to a franchise does.
Yeah.
After finding Almanet's tomb, they're suddenly attacked by bugs. Yeah, remember how they were a big thing in the Brendan Fraser one? Well, now they're back to wreak havoc!
We're not even poisonous! It's deadly! Okay.
Huh, so much for that. So, Cruz has a weird vision of Amanet just before this hilarious scene.
Tell Greenway to get this thing out of here, or he's gonna have to explain why he left me behind. Do it!
It's funny because she backed up in a weird way.
No, it isn't.
You think I don't know that?
I
They
mean,
take possession of the tomb.
All
and
I
leave
hear
to
over
their-
that
could
is
have been
Shi-
funny.
All I hear over that is the Shia LaBeouf.
Transport that,
Just
but apparently
do it!
Yeah.
possessed by the mummy and starts killing people.
I'm sorry, the what now?
Possessed by the mummy?
Oh,
Don't make me shoot you again, 80s style. I'm turning
No,
the gun.
no,
I'll do
no,
it.
no, no, no. That's not 80s style. That's like
That's
like
stupid style.
that's discount gangster.
But the film wants to rip off Hitchcock, too. Why not? It's ripped off from everything else.
Gravity.
No, to
I'm
the film's credit, it
disconcerted
is kinda
that the
cool
nerd
seeing
is
them
so
fly
calm.
around in the plane. You know they combined the anti-gravity techniques from Apollo 13 with a spinning set to create a really neat combo of effects.
Too bad the plane looks just as fake as the one in Superman Returns.
Laters. scratches, but
That's
Cruz
the best
mysteriously
scene.
survives without a scratch on him. And Big Shock, he gets to show off his body again. Yes, Cruz, you're very cool. Somebody said that. You can stop trying now.
Cops
Please
come
stop
across
trying.
the crash plane, and now it's just waiting for the jump scare.
Oh, I ain't waiting for these. I'm gonna go take a piss. Just tell me when it happened so I can pretend like I haven't seen it a million times.
Will do.
I always hated this part, this scene, because it's just like you knew it was coming. You knew it.
Yeah, that's the thing about jump scares.
Oh, God. Come on. You savage.
We're gonna be here a while, aren't we?
I think so.
Oh, there's a hand. What's gonna happen now?
Damn, Doug, are you a camel?
I bet he
Dreams
dies.
crushed.
Oh, they both died. Yeah, you better come and look at this.
Oh my God, so scary.
You better come and look at this. That's always what they say.
Oh my God, so scary.
Hey, you better come look at this.
Yep.
Dead. That's what they always say.
Which is to say, please don't come and look at this.
Hey,
You're gonna
Luke
die.
Walker here, just telling you real quick, we are returning to Rhode Island Comic-Con, and this time I'm bringing my brother Rob along. Now,
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's when that happened.
Oh yeah.
When Senpai noticed us.
That's right.
Ooh, terrifying.
She transforms the cops into the walking duds as we cut back to Cruz, which is...
Did you get out of that plane? There's not a single scratch on your body.
Well, he's just going through an incredible experience coming back from the dead, which is essentially what this entire film is about. How's he gonna react to it?
Oh.
God, this movie gets it!
But his friend Vale seems to be a possessed ghost that only Cruz can see.
Oh Lord, they're copying friggin'
Why?
American London and
Cruz is
Werewolf, or
already
American Werewolf
possessed.
in
We
London.
don't need another
Wow.
one. I don't even get it. Why is one a ghost and one invincible? There's too many different rules.
You know, I always thought I had a chance with her. What? How do you squander that?
There's mercury in that tomb.
I mean, how do you mess that up?
Oh, I get it now. It's so they can steal from American Werewolf in London. And
Thank
that's
you.
the word, steal.
To my head.
Blatantly.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's in universe. They share it all now.
Please believe me.
I'm cursed, Nick.
Until the werewolf's curse is lifted.
This is gonna get a lot worse.
I'm not having a nice time here.
It doesn't come off as a spoof or self-aware. It's not even really a common cliche. It's just stealing. In fact, there's too many people under the mummy's control. Tom Cruise, his friend, and these zombie cops all seem to be under different types of possessions. It makes it harder to get an idea how this mummy works or even what to be afraid of.
They became desiccated very quickly.
I know I'd be in a dream and
They became desiccated very quickly.
Dracula got
Yeah,
me, I know
right?
I'd be bitten and turned into a vampire, but if this mummy got me, I don't know. I might be a zombie, I might be invincible, I might only be able to talk through a mirror, but wait, there's even more.
We've been searching for the dagger of Set. Set is the Egyptian god of death. The dagger and the stone together had the power to give Set physical form.
Oh, what, now we have to worry about the god of death, too? The movie's
Great.
called The Mummy. Why not just focus on The Mummy?
The Mummy.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, the monster, is all you need. It's not
Yeah.
like the monster and Satan are going to go throw little girls in ponds. One is enough. Speaking of which, where is our monster? The film's almost halfway over and we've barely seen her.
Well, Cruz gets a vision to find her in a church where she finally reveals herself right after that same spark effect from earlier.
Is the film trying to set itself on fire? What is that?
She uses her minions to trap him, and she finds the blade to sacrifice him to release the god of death.
So, she just sensed the blade was in that statue?
I guess, but she also realizes the stone is missing.
Wait, she could sense that the blade was there, but couldn't sense that the stone wasn't attached? Why didn't she take it out earlier to prepare? Why'd she wait for Cruz to get there? Isn't that not thinking ahead?
Look, there's a perfectly logical explanation for all this.
Try.
Jenny comes in to save him, but much like the movie though, they're going around in circles and her minions send them off a cliff.
That seems to be the one thing this movie knows how to do well.
Crash and burn?
Yep.
Harsh. Kick her off.
But
Fantastic.
take her down with grappling hooks.
Our thrilling
Grappling
movie,
hook!
everybody. Nothing can stop her except wires with something sharp at the end of them.
They should have just sent an army of Mabels after her.
Hey!
Thank you!
Secret location in London where
Grappling
we get
hook.
cameos in jars. The creature from the Black Lagoon's hand, a vampire skull.
Look, Howard the Duck is in the back.
And Russell Crowe, the Nick Fury of this movie, in the role of, who else? Dr. Jekyll.
I would like, if I may, Mr. Morton, to tell you a story.
No!
No!
5 stories, just stick to one!
This is the middle of the film, which would normally be where all the exposition goes. But we've already had so much exposition already, we're tired out. Even the mummy herself starts telling us stories, and the same scattered flashbacks play.
It's always slow in all the wrong ways and fast in all the wrong ways. Here's a big surprise. Jenny was working for this organization the whole time.
Oh.
Why is that a big surprise?
Because he looks surprised.
What was I supposed to tell you? Would you even have believed me?
She's so boring, we barely know what she's like. How am I supposed to know if this is in character or not?
Well, we know she doesn't want the mummy dissected so she can know more about her world, so she tries to talk to him. For about 2 minutes.
What you truly wish to know. What I have seen. Yes. And you will when I kill you.
Wow, she makes one weak threat and she's like, I don't need to know about your world anymore.
She has tough bones.
You think so?
I have no idea. She's boring.
Welcome to a new world of gods and monsters.
That's the closest thing to an homage you fanboys are getting. Dicks.
But Crowe reveals that he wants to kill Cruz so he never becomes the god of death, and he's surprisingly blunt about it.
Certain sacrifices must be made.
Henry, are you planning on killing him?
Mr. Morton here essentially killed himself when he severed the barrier chain.
You want to put the stone in the dagger and stab him with it?
The dagger will allow Set to enter his body.
You know he's still in the room.
Yeah, he's right there.
Stab him?
Precisely.
Intentionally? I don't know, it's more stupid. Crow admitting he's gonna kill Cruz, or Cruz just standing there listening to him? He's acting more like he just heard a bad pay package for his cell phone.
No matter what I do, you are going to die.
I'm not interested in that at all.
I'm not going anywhere until I get a no-credit lease-to-own agreement.
Jekyll starts to turn into Hyde, though.
Are you sure? I think that's just how he is when he's drunk.
And they find someone else to help her escape.
Younger man? Cruz, you're 2 years older than him. Can you kill your ego for just a few seconds?
They escape, of course, but the mummy hunts them down with all her powers.
I mean...
Oh, we've never seen that before.
I mean, it's a...
I think Brexit would be this bad.
Whoa! Ooh!
Buildings blow up, people run, yeah, pretty generic shit. This doesn't even feel like
I mean, to be fair, though,
film.
Cloud of Glass...
Sci-fi Channel movie of the week.
But
Cloud
hey,
of Glass
look,
that they turn into sand.
It's not
Well, I mean, glass and sand are just the same thing.
Yeah.
The Brendan Fraser moment of somebody making a stupid face while stating the obvious.
Wow, that was intense.
What was that?
Oh, that just felt like a line that was put in for the trailer, so I just threw that in there.
Isn't all of this just a trailer already for future films, though?
Yep. One of
Probably
one.
wishing he was
Now
as
she's
good.
using the corpses of medieval knights to chase after him.
Zombie Nights in London. Remember when this used to be a mummy movie? No. Me neither.
Zombie Nights in London.
Castlevania level to find
That actually sounds like a
Ahmed
decent
waiting.
comic book
I
series.
swear, his reaction here is the exact same reaction of all the people who saw this on the big screen. That's right, all 2 of you had that reaction.
No, Jenny is dead. God, no, not her. She had so much character.
Please!
Actually, most of the climax is just Tom Cruise getting his ass kicked. It's more funny than suspenseful.
Well, nice lady, please not with the throwing and the smashing and the ow, that!
But
Okay, that's pretty good.
Out of nowhere, that he does want to be the god of death. Why? So he can have literally 4 eyes?
But it doesn't take him over. Or something, I don't know. It's not very well explained. And he uses his new powers to defeat her.
Ooh, now
Bitch
that
slap.
was the move of someone who just blew up buildings.
Yeah.
Look out for the mummy, she might slap you. What the hell happened to the powers you had before, you dummy mummy?
He defeats her and turns into Blackheart from Ghost Rider to bring Jenny back, seemingly fighting the evil that's inside her. But an even more important resurrection takes place. Our comic relief veil.
Thank you for bringing me back to life and everything, Nick.
Come on, admit it. Cruz was more in love with him than he was with her.
Then he rides off with all his power, leaving the door open whether or not he'll use them for good or evil.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They killed off the mummy in The Mummy.
To make a new mummy. A Tom Cruise mummy.
You know he's in the movie, right? Isn't this kind of a redundant idea with Cruise's character?
So is this just kind of playing off that Tom Cruise is going to be the next mummy? Because he's dead. And he comes back to life.
Is the other mummy dead? Why should I be excited for any of this? You couldn't even tease the future movies right. And this movie's sole purpose is to tease other movies. A good tease is building up the Wolfman, because we know what that is and can get excited for it. When you see Thor's hammer at the end of a movie, you know Thor is coming. When you see the Joker card at the end of a movie, you know the Joker is coming. But what am I supposed to do with this? Think Tom Cruise now has epic farts that can cause sandstorms? I'm not excited. I'm confused and pissed off.
Sandman.
This movie's terrible.
And it friggin' is. Aside from him becoming Bland Helsing, I don't know what kind of world this is trying to set.
Wow.
It focuses too much on planning ahead rather than focusing on what's
Bland
right
Helsing,
in front of
that's
you.
pretty
You can't
good. I like
grow
that.
a garden if you can't figure out how to plant your first flower.
The reason to do a reboot is to do something different or improve on it. The classic Universal crossovers had their faults. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman worked well when it was two monsters, but when they started throwing Dracula in, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, it started to become a mess because they couldn't really figure out how to write all the monsters into one film. But this is not an improvement. It follows every modern trend without creating anything unique.
Yep.
I'd compare it to one of the main jokes in the mockumentary Spinal Tap. The band is following every popular style of music, the hippie flower phase, 80s glam rock phase, and every time they join the trend, they're just a bit too late. The Mummy follows the zombie trend, action trend, superhero trend. It throws everything in the pot, but not in a fun, self-aware way. It's like it's really trying hard to cast out a big net and be the most popular thing possible. It's overly confident that this is the first chapter in a cinematic universe, when really, this epic first step is an epic misstep.
Into a pit.
And that was our review of The Mummy.
Again.
You were right, nerd. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
I don't remember saying that.
You're right, because it was awful and I hate ending the Sasha on it!
Hey, it's alright. Why don't you calm down, Critic? Why don't you watch something good for a change?
Yeah, I guess I could.
I even left a new movie on your desk. It's based on an anime that's supposed to be really good.
Huh? You did? I didn't notice that there the whole time. How strange. And yeah, I have heard good things about that anime.
Yeah, so obviously the movie must be good, right?
Yeah, that's sound logic. Thanks a lot, nerd. You're not such a bad guy after all. I'm really gonna enjoy watching this.
You bastard.
Evil bastard.
No comment.
Nope.
So-
nope.
Oh, hell.
Am I the only one who feels like they missed an opportunity to, oh, hey, she's going to turn the sand back into glass? Wouldn't it have been cooler if she just kept the glass? Just launching shards of glass at you?
Yeah.
Willy-nilly?
Yeah, I could actually see that. Actually,
I feel like they kind of stole that from Harry Potter.
I started to say Voldemort made that look pretty
Voldemort
cool.
did
In
that.
Yeah.
But you know what? But he only used it for one attack. This is an entire city, pretty much having its glass torn out and thrown around. Like imagine this. Imagine her throwing up her hands and the shards gather up behind her and then just
essentially
just, throwing it.
You could just turn the entire thing into just a meat grinder.
I would have super been into if Hayden Christensen was the star and she pulverized it into sand, and then we could have Anakin going, "I hate sand, it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere." That would have been amazing. That would have made that the greatest movie of all time.
But
that would have been hilarious.
The simple fact of the matter is, you had all these opportunities to go, okay, so we have this mummy. This mummy has very particular powers.
Yeah.
Well,
over sand, over
dead bodies,
over vermin,
ghosts.
Ghosts. How do we play with that in the modern time?
Oh, I know.
I know. Let's just have her do all the same
Cliched shit.
stuff. Whereas it's like, okay, so what all do you use sand in? Glass.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. You could have done.
Silica is like in tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, for example, silica. Oh hey, silica's great at dehumidifying. Let's just start destroying large bodies of water.
Yeah.
I never watched the movie.
Yeah, I didn't either. Thank God.
Yeah.
It wasn't super great.
I knew.
I
knew.
Just one of those, like, I liked the Brendan Fraser mummy, the first one. And then I felt like they kind of started reaching really bad.
Yeah.
And then once they came out with this one, I was like, nope, I was done with the second one, so I'm not going back. It's kind of like, an addict. It's like, man, I really liked it the first time, but I'm clean now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Never
not,
again.
I can't go
I'm
back.
not doing that shit.
Yeah. Now, I get that. And here's my thing. The writing in this is so far over the map. And when you consider who's writing it, I mean, I think it was Robert Orci. Because Robert Orci is the one who wrote, Robert Orci and, Ted Elliott and Robert Orci are the two who wrote the Transformers films. And you
Boy,
look at,
because that's such a glowing compliment.
Yeah. Well, it's because they made a lot of money. But here's the reason why they made so much money. Transformers appeal kids. Kids drag parents to movies.
Mm-hmm. And I mean,
want to watch Transformers. Take me now.
The first one, you had all the potential of, oh hey, all these people who are nostalgic about Transformers. Oh hey, they're actually doing a big budget film. This is going to be sweet. It wasn't sweet.
Well, I will say this about the first film. The first Transformers film, to me, was passable. Dare I say, at least good.
It was
to some degree.
fine.
Because it wasn't anything great. It wasn't like, we didn't have like the big nostalgic hit that I got a nostalgic hit to some degree from it. But I still felt like it was pretty well done because at least Spielberg was involved in that one and at least kept a leash on Michael Bay on the shit he could pull and get away with. Next thing you know, second film starts up. Jang-a-lang, come out and get your ice cream.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we got an ice cream truck with potentially two of the most racist characters ever put in a Transformers film.
Yeah.
And not only that, but we also get Shia LaBeouf yelling, Optimus! Optimus! Optimus!
No. Yep.
That's what he does in every movie, though.
Yeah.
He just yells to the top of his lungs.
Yeah, and Michael Bay,
And
being
ruins
Michael Bay,
everything.
and thinking that explosions are actors and that actors are just set pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Speaking of,
It
like,
hurts.
the Dragon Ball movie, that movie, have you seen the fan-made Dragon Ball film? Like, have you seen it?
Yes, I have.
You have seen it?
Yes.
I just love the fact that they spent a bunch of money on this Dragon Ball movie.
Entirely too much money.
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah, I think it was like 70
The fan-made movie that I watched not too long ago was just so much better.
And only had a budget of like what?
It's almost like
a few $1,000s.
It's almost like it was made by people who actually cared about the
Yeah.
series.
And see, but I knew whenever they started talking about Dragon Ball movie, I was like, this is going to suck. There's no way they could ever do it justice.
No.
They just leave it alone. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
The Dragon Ball whole universe doesn't feel set up for a movie at all.
No, not at all.
It belongs in the anime world / it can be done in video games as well.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Ball FighterZ, also Budokai 3 and Xenoverse also did some really good stuff with it. But at its core, it is an anime manga show. That's what it was, and that's what it should be.
Yep.
And honestly, there's some things I wouldn't even attempt to put on film. I wouldn't even attempt to put on film because it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Guys, I hate to do it, but unfortunately, I have to go and be responsible. I have to leave.
Ah, that's right.
I am so sorry.
All right. Well,
on the bright side, I get to go back home tomorrow, so I'm pretty
Hey,
happy.
there you go.
that's the looking on the bright side.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna miss the I can't say it.
Bayonetta?
No, I meant like the next thing we're reacting to.
Oh, yeah.
What are we
What is it?
reacting to?
Nothing, never mind.
I have to be back at a certain time, and it's
Yeah.
super weird.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we're going to call this one to a close. So,
Thank you all once again.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Whatever this turned out to be.
Lord knows I'm still trying to figure it out.
James Rolfe, you're a madman. Everybody hates me. Good night.
Blocked off. Exclude.